Generally, no. We bring owls out because people like owls. In medieval times, people would have used owls to flush out sort of quarry so that better hunting birds could hunt them. That would pretty much be what they were used for training birds, to train yourself up in that art of archery. The real birds of prey back in medieval times were falcons, peregrine falcons. They were the Rolls-Royce bird that everybody wanted to have. And we'll talk about that a lot more at 2:15. We're doing a flight show. We're going to fly all the birds that we've got here and some more, just out in front of the tent.
Yes.
So she's 9 now. We got her since she was about 1, but we also breed in the centre, so we've got owls. We've got a lot of owls for eggs. But then we do rehab to release and conservation, rehab for conservation education as well. And breed for release.
Do they like to be stroked?
She'll tolerate stroking her nose, and that's about it. Whereas Zorro needs to call an amber and grey and mum, dad, food on that. So he'll exhibit a real sort of mating, courting kind of behaviour where he'll clean his beard, face, and she's got the large talons and she's got the furry feet. And similar markings.
Yeah.
But being a female, she's bigger still as well. But what gives her away as a masked owl, she's got the superhero mask around her eyes and down her nose. So that's how you can tell that they're masked owls. And depending on
is that a defence tactic, the mask? Or?
No, it's just part of the breed.
Marking.
Really. It's just part of the breed.
How old is she?
She's 9.
Is that old or young?
In captivity, they can live up to about 30.
Wow.
Wild, they live between 8 and 10 years old.
Yeah. It's beautiful. I saw a tawny frogmouth in the wild once. That was pretty cool.
They're
eyelids. And she just blinks.
She's got
amazing.
2 sets of eyelids.
Yeah.
So she's got one that's sort of semi-transparent, so that if she's flying in conditions where there's debris or ash, she can still fly and engage those eyelids. Yeah, same.
Yeah.
But her eyes are fixed in her head, unlike you and I, so we can look up, down, left, right. She can't. That's why they rotate their head.
Right.
And they've got a really cool
straight.
Yep, and they've got a really cool gland in the back of their head. It's similar to a giraffe. If a giraffe bends down, they engage all these glands, these valves in their neck to stop them passing out with all the blood flow. Owls got something similar, so that as they rotate their head and get to a certain position, that gland stores enough blood so as not to starve the brain during the time that their heads are behind. Then as they rotate back, the gland releases the blood in a slow fashion so as not to starve them and make them pass out, really.
Make them dizzy.
Exactly. So she's geared for oral hunting mainly.
Yeah.
It's her primary hunting mechanism. So she's got one ear higher and one ear lower, and then she can flex the feathers around the not without knocking her out.
Pulling the feathers back.
Yeah. And so she can flex those feathers on the facial discs, and she uses that to sort of triangulate sound. She's an amazing oral hunter. So we could put a pot and an egg timer on the other side of the oval. That sounds a bit like a mouse's heartbeat, and she'd be able to get that without breaking a sweat. She's also got really good vision, low light condition vision, being nocturnal.
Yeah.
But we flip her body clock, same way you would if we fly to the UK or something like that.
So she thinks
she thinks this is when she needs to be awake.
Yeah.
But when she's back at the centre, she does revert, and that's fine because we cycle the birds depending on what we're doing with them and things like that. So we've got over 50 birds of prey down at the centre.
Whereabouts are you?
In Ballarat, Victoria. Okay. So we breed for release, we breed for conservation, we do conservation education in schools, and we also do things like pest control management for grain production companies and things like that. So we naturally predate species out of an area. Okay. We're not allowed to live kill anything. It's completely illegal. Falconry was outlawed in 1978 to 1980 in Australia. If we live kill anything and we don't report it to the DPI, it's a $10,000 fine per kill. So they take it very seriously. So hence why we give them a varied diet of dead food. Yeah. Everything from rabbit and quail and hare, pigeon, chicken. But we manipulate that natural, we foster that natural hunting behaviour by moving it around their enclosures. Yeah. And that sort of promotes that hunting instinct. They have to find it. It's a bit of a game, it's a little bit of exercise.
Do you get people bring injured birds and things to you and then they get rehoused with you?
Then we rehab them to release.
Yeah.
And if we can't rehab them to release, we usually rehab them and just put them up. We've got a rehab wing.
Yeah.
I can just sit in your lead.
Yep. He'll go up to 6,000 feet. Because you're in his territory?
Not as part of the group, so I can get to actually see things.
Yeah, that's always good. It's always a good part of it. the weird thing is he recognises voices.
So you said that was a whistling client?
Yep, she's a whistling client.
He responds to us differently.
Is she young?
No, she's about 7 years old,
All right.
and this is as big as she'll get.
He
Right.
hears stuff going on, but he doesn't.
She's Australian?
Yep, all the birds we have here today are Australian.
Oh, okay.
All his life.
And these guys are found only in Australia.
He's 12 years old.
She's just having a bit of a bath right now.
A bath?
Yep, she's just giving herself a bit of a clean.
Oh, right.
So she's collecting oil from her oil plant, and she's just rubbing it on her feathers to make herself waterproof.
We breed.
And she's enjoying the sun. So just like us, they get their vitamin D from the sun, but unlike us, they have to actually lick it off their feathers to get it into their system. So when she preens herself, she's actually ingesting all that vitamin
For
D.
him, about 4 seconds. He just basically will stand on it, just crushes it up with his talons. Yeah, fur and all, yep.
It's the whole
And
rabbit.
he just stuffs it down his throat.
The whole rabbit. Some birds eat a whole rabbit.
Usually it's about 100 grams a day. So,
In the one sitting.
yeah. So, bits of
Fur and all.
chickens and